Just when you thought that Disney could not get any worse, that things cannot get worse for Disney, it has officially gotten a lot worse. And now we have a new lawsuit. Yes, a brand new federal securities lawsuit against Disney and also against their former CEO, Bob Chapek. As always, this is the Legal Mindset where we teach you to be your own judge. I'm Andrew Esquire, an American attorney, specifically a Florida attorney, and I've been covering Disney a lot lately, specifically in regards to their battle with the former district of Reedy Creek against really the state of Florida. We've got Bob Iger involved in that. And we're dealing with multiple lawsuits on that front, a state and federal lawsuit regarding the parks in Florida. But now we're dealing with a shareholder revolt as the stock is bombing. So obviously their stock has tanked incredibly and the shareholders are suing. And we have that today in a federal lawsuit. So this was filed very recently on the 12th. So, just filed very, very, very recently on behalf of a number of stockholders that are part of the Local 272 Labor Management Pension Fund. And they're filing a class action complaint for violation of federal securities law. Now, we've talked a lot about securities violations regarding the bonds in Florida and all that other stuff. But now we have a separate lawsuit against Disney, Bob Chapek, Christine McCarthy, and Kareem Daniel. Now, what they're saying here is that the amount of losses that we now see and we now have actually found out have occurred on Disney Plus were it was materially misleading for them to result in this level of losses, specifically, and the number they key in on here, which we'll get to right here in a second, is that 4 million number. So this is something that my good friends WW Pro and Valiant have been covering for a long time, because it shows right now that as of April 2023, Disney reported that Disney Plus has lost subscribers for the second quarter in a row, further confirming that the 2024 Disney Plus targets have never been achievable. During the quarter, Disney Plus lost 4 million paid subscribers, which shocked analysts who expected the service to add 1.7. So that you got to think about the net there, right? They were expecting plus 1.7 and got -4. So really, that when you net that out, that's negative 5.7 regarding expectations in terms of millions of subscribers, going in entirely the wrong direction at a massive speed. Disney is tanking hard. And listen, is this get woke, grow broke? Tell me in the comments. Let me know. And by the way, if you like this type of content, make sure you smash the like button and the notification bell. But this is absolutely going to devastate Disney. It's also going to devastate their streaming aspirations because, as this lawsuit talks about, Bob Chapek allegedly, once again, they've got to prove this at court, but this is something that we've been talking about for a long time. Disney and many other streaming services, but Disney specifically, have been burying the numbers. They've been cooking the books in order to make Disney Plus look better. This lawsuit alleges that a lot of the marketing costs, for example, the marketing costs for Disney Plus, were passed off on legacy media. So all those costs for marketing, advertising, let's just put those under the legacy media, the existing media. Let's make Disney Plus look as beautiful as possible. And they say they did that by Chapek splitting the company and essentially into two parts. One part that was kind of the media side, right? So one part that was pretty much all entertainment media, and the other side, which was really the parks. And by splitting the company into those two segments, they were able to manage the books in a way to make Disney Plus look awesome. So this is absolutely going to be devastating. I know a lot of people look back at Bob Chapek and say, well, he wasn't given a chance, or well, he wanted to make the company right and he was just stopped. Well, at this point, his legacy is not looking good. And regardless of how you thought it was going to turn out for Chapek, things are very, very bad for him. Now he's wrapped up in a lawsuit. He is a defendant in this lawsuit. His statements are called into question. Certainly, this would be a major ethical violation on his part. And it would show, if this is true and this is proven, that he and his cohorts were essentially lying not just to shareholders, but to the board, to the public, about what the expectations for Disney Plus were and the numbers that they were going to hit. They simply never hit the numbers that they promised. They promised so much and they never got there at all. So this is a securities violation. Mind you, this is securities law. So this is something that absolutely 100% is within the realm of the federal government, and it is a type of fraud. It is a type of fraudulent behavior. So this is going to be absolutely something that I will stay on top of. I will track right now. We just have the complaint. Mind you, this is filed by the plaintiffs, so they are going to file this in the light most favorable to their side of the story. But that being said, it's going to get way worse. This is going to take yet another toll on Disney, and their litigation costs are now mounting. They're having to defend against this shareholder lawsuit at the same time as they're having to defend against two cases. There's two cases in Florida. There's potential, I think, criminal charges coming down the pike for them in Florida, perhaps at the federal level. They're dealing with a lot right now, in addition to the fact that they may have more coming from the shareholders. I would not be surprised if there are more shareholders suing them over many of their policies that woke Disney has implemented, because frankly, they've stopped looking at making money and they've started looking more at making political statements and about subverting the ethics of the company. Guys, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this. Let me know if you are interested in covering this case. I'll catch you